Good morning, students. Today we are going to start new chapter, very important chapter. Nothing but semiconductor devices is there. Examination point, its weight is 9 marks. One 5 marks theory question compulsory, 3 marks question compulsory plus 1 marks is there. 5 plus 3 plus 1 is compulsory. So that is about weightage of this chapter is there. 9 marks means we know importance of this chapter. A very important chapter is there. And from this chapter, PU examination point, only theoretical questions will be comes. So theoretically it is very important. And as per serial number, it is 14th chapter is there. Starting chapter means electric charges and field, and last chapter, 14th chapter means semiconductor devices. So that is about importance of this chapter. Before going to discussing about semiconductor devices, we know all the solids are classified into 3 types. The first one is nothing but conductors, second one is nothing but insulators, third one is nothing but semiconductors are there. In case of conductors, availability of free electrons is more, current conduction is possible. The substance which allows current, that is called as conductors. The substance which does not allow current, that is called as insulators. The substance whose electrical properties are lies between conductors and insulators, those substances are called as semiconductors are there. So conductors are semiconductors are insulators. A current conduction inside the solids is mainly depends on bands are there. So that is called as energy bands are there. Today, starting we have to discuss about what about bands are there, what about energy band, what about conduction band, what about valency bands are there. So for this purpose, we know in case of solids, for example, it is solid. In case of solids, all atoms are tightly packed. Interatomic distance between one atom to neighboring atom is very less is there. Because in case of solids, all atoms are tightly packed. Interatomic distance is very less. Interatomic distance is less, separation is less. Interaction between one atom to neighboring atoms is much more. So because of interaction, energy levels in one atom and energy levels in neighboring atoms are overlapping. Overlapping of energy levels forms energy bands. However, for example, you can construct, it is one first atom, it is one atom, every atom consisting of positively charged nucleus. Around this positively charged nucleus, electrons are revolving in different energies are there. And different electrons possess different energies are there. Innermost electrons possess one type of energy. Middle electrons in energy levels possess some other energy. And outermost electrons possess some different energies. So different electrons having different energies are there. For example, it is one atom. Different electrons are revolving in different atoms, different energies are there. So nearer to this atom, one more atom is there. It is one more atom. Here also a center of positive charge is there. Around this positive charge, electrons are revolving in circular orbits. So in case of solids, interatomic distance is very less is there. Interaction between energy levels in one atom and energy levels in another atom are much more is there. Here overlapping of energy levels will be takes place. Overlapping of energy levels in one atom and the neighboring atoms is much more is there. You can also consider one more atom. Here also center of positive charge, around positive charge, electrons are revolving in circular orbit. So because of interatomic distance is very less in solids, overlapping of energy levels will be takes place. Overlapping of energy levels in neighboring atoms forms bands are there. Modified energy levels are come closer and forms bands are there. So that is about energy band. So that is about definition of energy band. So definition of energy band means the modified energy levels. So modified energy levels are very close forms bands are. So that is about why bands are produced in case of solids, means because of in case of solids all atoms are tightly packed. Energy levels in one atom and energy levels in neighboring atoms are overlapping each other. Overlapping of energy levels, modifying of energy levels. Modified energy levels are very close in forms energy bands are there. So that is the definition of energy bands. Next, these energy bands are two types. The first one is nothing but conduction band, and the second one is nothing but valency bands. So overall, energy bands are two types. The first one is called conduction band. So first one is called as conduction band. What is meant by conduction band? So energy levels occupied by conduction electrons. So energy levels occupied by conduction electrons. So that is called as conduction band. So totally conduction band means energy levels occupied by conduction electrons. So that is called as conduction band. CB, simply it is called as CB. A higher level of band is called as conduction band. And second kind of band is called as a valency band. And what is meant by valency band? Energy levels possessed by or energy levels occupied by valency electrons. So different valency electrons possess different energy levels. Overlapping of valency energy levels or overlapping of energy levels of valency electrons. So that is called as valency band. So that is about two types of bands are there. In case of energy levels, upper band is conduction band, lower band is valency band. Totally in case of solids, two bands are there. First upper one is conduction band and lower one is nothing but valency bands are there. And one more definition is that here energy gap is there. So what is meant by energy gap? Or what is meant by forbidden gap? Or what is meant by forbidden band? What is meant by forbidden gap? So in case of solids, totally two bands are there. Upper one is nothing but conduction band, lower one is nothing but valency band. So conduction band means this energy level to this energy level. Valency band means this energy level to this energy level. It is the higher energy level of valency band, it is the lower energy level of conduction band. But energy gap can be defined as gap between or energy gap between the lower level of conduction band to higher level of valency band. So it is the energy gap between lower level of conduction band to higher level of valency band. So that is called as energy gap. And energy gap is also called as a forbidden band. So that is about formation of energy bands in case of solids. And energy bands are two types, conduction band and valency bands. Energy levels occupied by conduction electrons is called as conduction band, and energy levels occupied by valence electrons is called as valency band. And gap between lower level of conduction band to higher level of valency band is called as energy gap. And the energy gap is changing from one substance to another substance. In case of solids, conduction band and valency bands are overlapped. So in case of conductors, not solids, conductors. So in case of conductors, upper band is conduction band, lower band is valency band. But in case of conductors, conduction band and valence bands are overlap. Overlap means there is no gap between, there is no energy gap between conduction band and valence band in case of solids, in case of conductors. So in case of conductors, energy gap is 0. And without supplying of energy, free electrons are passing from one band to another band. When electrons are passing from one band to another band, current conduction will be takes place. So without supplying of energy, current conduction will be takes place in conductors. Next, second means insulators. So what about insulators? So in case of insulators, the gap between conduction band and valency band is much more. The gap between conduction band and valency band is much more, is there? Much more means greater than 3 electron volts. But supplying of greater than 3 electron volts is impossible. So that's why current conduction does not take place in case of insulators. And next, third one is nothing but semiconductors are there. In case of semiconductors, what about energy gap? Upper band is conduction band, lower band is nothing but valency bands. So in case of semiconductors, the gap between conduction band and valency band is less, is there? Here energy gap is less than 3 electron volts. Energy gap is less than 3 electron volts means based on certain conditions. Based on certain conditions, current conduction is possible in case of semiconductors. So that is about energy gap. How energy gap is varies from one substance to another substance. In conductors, energy gap is 0. In semiconductors, energy gap is less than 3 electron volts. In insulators, energy gap is greater than 3 electron volts. So that is about introduction of this chapter. Next, continuation, important concept, very very important. Differences between conductors, semiconductors and insulators based on band theory of solid system. So now observe one by one. The first one is nothing but conductors. Everybody knows conductors. The substances which allows current. So in case of conductors, a current conduction possible is there. Or the substances which allows current. So these materials allows current. Those substances are called as conductors. In case of conductors, so in case of conductors, the temperature coefficient of resistance. Temperature, a coefficient of resistance. The symbol of temperature coefficient of resistance means alpha is there. So in case of conductors, with the increasing of temperature, a resistance of conductors is also increased. With the increasing of temperature, resistance is increased means for conductors, the temperature coefficient of resistance is positive. So it is also one more important point related to conductor system. In case of conductors, availability of free electrons is more. With the increasing of temperature, the electrons in outermost orbit gain sufficient comes out from the metal surfaces. That means number of free electrons inside the conductors are decreased. Number of free electrons is decreased means resistance is increases there. Ultimately, in case of conductors, with the increasing of temperature, resistance is increased. So that's why for conductors, the temperature coefficient of resistance is positive. And third one, in case of conductors, the energy gap is 0. Because conduction band and valency bands are overlapped. For example, upper band is conduction band, lower band is valency band, VB. In conductors, conduction band and valency bands are overlapped. Both bands are overlapped means there is no energy gap. So in conductors, energy gap between conduction band and valency band is 0. Next, we know examples of conductors means all metals are there. All metals are good conductors of electricity. Copper, iron, silver, gold, like that. So that is about some important points related to conductor system. Next one, insulators. What about insulator? Conductors means the substances which allows current. But insulators means the substances which does not allows current. The substances which does not allows current, those substances are called as insulators. So in insulators, current conduction does not take place. In case of insulator, the temperature coefficient of resistance, with the increasing of temperature, resistance of insulators is negligibly decreases. So with the increasing of temperature, resistance decrease means in insulators temperature function of resistance is nothing but negative. In case of insulators, the energy gap between a conduction band and valency band is greater than 3 electron volts. What about band diagram? Upper band is called as conduction band, lower band is called as valency band. Your energy gap between conduction band and valency band is much more. That value is in order of greater than 3 electron volts. And last point related to insulators. Examples. Examples of insulators means a plastic, wood, like this. A board, chalk piece. These materials does not allow current. So that is about some points related to insulators. Next, what about some points related to semiconductors? According to title, it is called a semiconductor. Outermost orbit is half filled. Your outermost orbit means half filled is there. That means whose electrical current conduction. The current conduction lies between the conductors and insulators are the materials whose electrical properties are lies between conductors and insulators. Those materials, those substances are called as semiconductors. Here also same. With the increasing of temperature, resistance of semiconductor is decreases. Resistance decrease means current conduction increases. So in case of semiconductor, with the increasing of temperature, current conduction is increases. Or with the increasing of temperature, resistance decreases. That means for semiconductors, temperature quotient of resistance alpha value is negative. So that is about one more point related to semiconductors. In case of semiconductors, energy gap is less than 3 electron volts. Your energy gap is there but less. Upper band is conduction band, lower band is valency band. Your energy gap is less compared to insulators. Your energy gap is less. And last difference. What are the examples of semiconductors? Examples of semiconductors means germanium and silicon. Germanium and silicon are the best examples of semiconductors because most of semiconducting materials are prepared by these two elements germanium and silicon. And germanium and silicon are also called tetravalent impurities. Outermost orbit is half filled. So that is about differences between conductors, semiconductors and insulators. It is very important question for 3 marks. And next continuation concept, band theory of solid system. Why in solids total 2 bands are produced? One is conduction band, other one is valency band. Because in case of solids, interatomic distance is less. Interatomic distance is less means energy levels in one atom and neighboring atoms are overlapped and forms bands are there. Overlapping of conduction electrons forms conduction band and overlapping of valence electrons produce valency bands. So formation of conduction band or valency band is mainly depends on overlapping of energy levels in neighboring atoms. It is mainly due to interatomic distances because in case of solids all atoms are tightly packed in a small space. The very number of atoms are there. In unit volume, the number of atoms in solids is nothing but 10 power 23 or 24 or 25 is there. So that's why interatomic distance is very less. Interaction between one atom to neighboring atoms is more, and overlapping of energy levels will be takes place, and formation of conduction band and valency band will be takes place. And formation of valency band and conduction band is mainly due to overlapping of outermost energy levels and overlapping of outermost energy levels, not overlapping of innermost energy levels. So because of overlapping of outermost energy levels in neighboring atom and forms energy bands. So that is about band theory of solids. In case of semiconductors, how bands are produced? Means, for example, you can consider silicon is a semiconducting substance Silicon and germanium are the semiconducting substance. Best examples of semiconducting substance are there. And silicon has a atomic number 14. If the atomic number is 14, recall what about electronic configuration of silicon? In case of silicon electronic configuration, first 1s2, next 2s2, next 2p6, next 3s2, next 3p2. Because silicon has atomic number 14. Once again check. The total atomic number is balanced. Total atomic number is balanced or not? Here 2 plus 2, 4. 4 plus 6, 10. 10 plus 2, 12. 12 plus 2, 14. 2 electrons are existing. 2 electrons are existing for first shell. Here first shell is completely filled. The first shell is completely filled. And second shell is also completely filled. 2 plus 6. To complete second shell, total 8 electrons are required. The 8 electrons are filled. 2s2 plus 2p6 is there. So second shell is also completely filled. So 1s2 completely filled, 2s2 completely filled, and 2p6 total second shell is completely filled. The third shell is incomplete is there. And to complete third shell, total 8 electrons are required. To complete third shell, total 8 electrons are required. But here 2 plus 2, only 4 electrons are. Actually it requires 8 electrons, but it is having 4 electrons. Half filled electrons. So that's why it is called a semiconductor. Semiconductor means outermost of it is outermost shell is half filled. And outermost shell consisting of 4 valence electrons are 2 plus 2, 4 valence electrons. So that's why semiconducting material is also called as a tetravalent impurity. Tetra means 4. Trivalent impurity means 3. Pentavalent impurity means 5. And semiconducting material is also called tetravalent impurity. Tetravalent impurity. Because the outermost shell is consisting of 4 valence electrons. So outermost energy level consisting of 4 valence electrons. That's why it is called tetravalent impurity. Different electrons versus different energy levels are there. And overlapping of outermost energy levels will be takes place. Overlapping of 3s electrons in one atom, overlapping with neighboring 3s electrons in neighboring atoms, and forms one band. And overlapping of 3p2 electrons in one atom, and 3p2 electrons in neighboring atoms are overlapped, forms one more band. So one can form conduction band, one can form valence band. So that is about a formation of bands are there. Here overlapping of outermost energy levels only takes place. Innermost energy levels does not overlap. 1s shells does not overlap. Second shell energy levels does not overlap. And overlapping of outermost shells, 3s shells only possible in case of in case of silicon semiconductors. But how overlapping of energy levels will be takes place based on interatomic distance. So for this purpose, we can consider one graph. We know every graph consisting of two axes, x-axis and y-axis. On x-axis, we are taking interatomic distance. So interatomic distance is taking on x-axis, and the energy levels occupied by electrons is taking on y-axis. The energy levels of electrons is taking on of electron volt system. So in case of solids, all atoms are tightly packed. Only outermost energy levels are overlapped. Recall in case of silicon, electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. First shell is completed and second shell is also completed. These are called as innermost energy levels. Innermost energy levels never overlap. Only outermost energy levels 3s2 and 3p2 is there. Outermost energy levels only overlap. Overlapping of outermost energy level can create energy bands, nothing but conduction band and valency bands. So observe this graph. So energy levels possessed by 1s2 electrons. So energy levels possessed by 1s2 electrons. It is energy levels possessed by 1s2 electrons. Next, energy levels possessed by 2s2 electrons. The energy levels possessed by 2s2 electrons and the energy levels possessed by 2p6 electrons. So first shell and second shell energy levels are called as innermost energy levels. Innermost energy levels never overlap. Next, energy levels possessed by 3s2 electrons. It is energy levels possessed by 3s2 electrons and the energy levels possessed by 3p2 electrons. So in case of solids, the interatomic distance is very less. For example, you can consider one particular distance. So here distance is less than d. Here interatomic distance is before certain value. After this interatomic distance, after crossing certain distances. If interatomic distance below this only, if r is less than interatomic distance, r is less than d, interatomic distance is less than particular value, then only interactions of outer energy levels will take place. So interaction overlapping of energy levels of 3s2 or 3s2 electrons in one atom and 3s2 electrons in neighboring atoms are overlap and forms one band. And overlapping of energy levels of 3p2 in one atom and the neighboring atoms forms one more band. So this band is formed by energy levels occupied by 3p2 electrons in neighboring atoms. And it is produced by energy levels overlapped by 3s2 electrons in neighboring atoms. So overlapping of energy levels in neighboring atoms forms two bands. So in case of semiconductors, the lower band is called as valency band. In case of semiconductors, upper band is called as conduction band. Overlapping of conduction electrons produce conduction band. Overlapping of valence electrons produce valency band. But in case of semiconductors, between conduction band and valency band, some energy gap is there. The energy gap between a conduction band and valency band, the energy gap between lower level of conduction band to higher level of valency band is called as a forbidden band. Forbidden band. It is also called as the energy gap. So in this way, the formation of conduction band and valency bands are produced in case of semiconductors. In case of semiconductors, overlapping of conduction electrons produce conduction band, overlapping of valence electrons produce valency band. In semiconductors, between conduction band and valency band is some some energy gap is there, but energy gap is less than 3 electron volts. In case of semiconductors, energy gap is less than 3 electron volts. By supplying of such much amount of energy, electrons are passing from one band to another band, current conduction will be takes place. So that is about formation of a conduction band and valency band in case of semiconductors based on band theory of solid system. So it is also important concept. So this concept explains why bands are produced. In case of semiconductors, the conduction band, valency band, the gap between these two bands is called as a forbidden band. So that is about a band theory of solid system. Totally, in today's class we covered types of bands or the types of energy bands, conduction band, valency band. And difference between these two bands is called as energy gap. After completion of these bands, we covered differences between conductors, semiconductors, insulators based on band theory of solid system. So based on band theory of solids, we will explain differences between conductors, semiconductors and insulators. Conductors allows current because conduction band, valency bands are overlapped. Energy gap is zero. In insulators, between conduction band and valency band, energy gap is much more. Supplying of this much amount of energy is practically impossible in case of insulators. In case of semiconductors, between a conduction band and valency band, energy gap is there but less is there. But practically supplying of less than 3 electrons volts energy is possible. So that is about band theory of solids. It is also important concept.